That's right, everyone. Jeff Keighley could not fool us. We did, in fact, get more news from Marvel Spider-Man 2 today at Summer Games Fest. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down to you the details that we got not only on the release date, but also when pre-orders come out, as well as some story beat information that we got, which was really surprising to see. Now, cutting to the chase, they brought up Bryan Intihar, creative director at Insomniac, up on stage and asked him a few questions about Marvel Spider-Man 2. They got into thoughts about the gameplay, asked about details on Kraven, but more importantly, he gave us some very significant information about Venom and the role that he will play in this game. First off, the release date has been confirmed, and Insomniac is very confident, incredibly confident enough that they were willing to reveal it, that we will be getting this game on October 20th, 2023. Go ahead and prepare your wallets, because you're going to need it when I get to the rest of this information in the video. Now, pre-orders will be going live next week on Friday, June 16th at 10 a.m. your local time. And that's going to be available through the PlayStation Store as well as PlayStation Direct. Now, here's where some of you are either about to tear up or be prepared to make some poor financial decisions. So a PlayStation blog post came out immediately after all of these announcements, in which they gave us details on the pre-order bonuses. Now, the pre-order bonus that you get just for the base game will be 2 early unlock suits, one for Peter and one for Miles. The one for Peter being this Arachnite suit, and the one for Miles being Shadow Spider suit. Both sporting these dope capes. They're kind of giving a little bit of like Batman Arkham City, like Azrael type vibes, or Ezio from Assassin's Creed meets Spider-Man. On top of that, you kind of basically get 3 suits per, because there's also going to be a color variation for each of the suits. It looks like there details 3 for each of them. So you kind of get a 3-for-1 type deal. On top of that, you'll also get 3 additional skill points as well as early access to the web grabber gadget. But now here is where the fun begins. The digital deluxe edition will give you all of that on top of a bunch of different suits, 5 each for both Miles and Peter, as well as an additional 2 skill points and additional photo mode items. They are just spoiling us. And if they're giving us this many suits early, I can only imagine how many are going to be in the game total when you think about how many Miles and Peter get collectively. Now, the digital deluxe edition's pricing is what you normally would expect. It's going to be $79.99, so just a bit of a $10 increase off of the usual cost of PS5 games. Another cool little fun fact is that these 10 suits were designed by guest artists across comics, films, and PlayStation Studios. So we're going to be getting a lot of variety when it comes to the different look and feel of each of the suits. Now, finally, let's talk about the big bucks, because this is going to be the line between fans and hardcore fans. The collector's edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to include everything that I mentioned previously, as well as a steelbook display case and a 19-inch collector's edition figure of Miles and Peter fighting Venom. This thing is said to be 3 times bigger than the previous collector's edition figure that they did for pre-orders of the first game. That's coming directly from Aaron Espinoza, who works at Insomniac. He actually tweeted this out. I'll post it up here somewhere. You guys ready for that price? Drum roll. $229.99 USD, 230 bucks, 230 buckaroonies, and I'm about to try to spend it. A thing that is interesting is that this will actually include your steelbook display case, but then a digital copy of the game. So a lot of people are actually wondering, like, why aren't they including a physical copy? It's probably because they know that some people who pre-order it will have the digital version of the PS5, but I'm wondering if they'll present some type of option. Now, I do want to point out that this edition will only be available while supplies last, so there is a limited amount. So I just already know that this video is contributing to the scramble that is going to be happening next Friday. And you can only order this through the PlayStation Direct in select markets. I think it's usually United States, UK, Germany, France. I'll have a link to the PlayStation blog post so you can check it out in the link in the description box down below, just so that way if I missed anything, you can clarify. They actually mentioned that for those who don't have PlayStation Direct in their country, be on the lookout for more information on how you can secure a collector's edition. So stay tuned. Now, I know I mentioned that they talked about Kraven and Venom, but what I want to leave you with is that they've said that Kraven is definitely going to be a different take than what we've seen in the past. He's obviously always been a character that doesn't necessarily use magic or powers, and they said that now he is coming for his next challenge in New York. But the more important detail is what everyone has been wondering about Venom in this game, and Bryan Intihar goes on to give us these details.
I don't know how much you're going to tell us about Venom. Is this, can you tell, is this an Osborn Venom? Can you tell, what's the origin of Eddie Brock Venom? Or
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
Our goal was to tell an original story, something
Yes.
you haven't seen in the comics or the movies yet. Obviously,
Wow.
we love Venom for a reason.
Yeah.
All those things you love about the character are going to be there, but how the story plays out, who is Venom, you have to play the game to see how it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. There's a bit of a tease. Now,
So there you have it, folks. Bryan Intihar confirms that Insomniac's version of Venom will not be Eddie Brock, but he still doesn't give us an idea of who it is, almost like there's still a surprise to come. Now, obviously, you see that Peter and Miles are fighting Venom in this artwork, and so you say, okay, so the theory that Peter could be Venom at the end of this game, that one's not right. And then we know that Harry has been teased as the potential Venom this whole time, so that seems like that's the obvious answer, that okay, if it's not Peter, if it's not Eddie Brock, then obviously it's going to be Harry. But the way Bryan talks makes me feel like there's still more to come. Like the fact that he said you're gonna have to wait and see who is Venom, but he knows that many of us are probably thinking that Harry Osborn is the next obvious choice. Leave it to Insomniac to have us waiting with even more anticipation that we had before we got the news that they gave us. I even saw this post on Twitter by Blu-ray Angel that actually stated, do you think it's going to be Harry Osborn, or is it possible that this version of Venom is going to be Kraven? Now, I don't know how I feel about that theory, only because then where do we see Venom and Kraven being a possibility at the same time within this universe? I'm just not too sure if they would swap out one villain for another. I feel like they would still want Peter to have both of those characters in his rogues gallery. But now we have a date to wait and see. Go ahead and mark your calendars, guys. We've got 4 months and 12 days until Marvel Spider-Man 2 releases. And I can go ahead and tell you, my credit card better act right next Friday, because I'm going for that collector's edition. I want to end this video by saying thank you guys for getting the last video to its likes goal. Let's try and go for 10 likes on this video if you did enjoy or you found this information helpful. I really hope that you did. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more gaming news. I've been doing a lot of Marvel Spider-Man, but I definitely want to continue to broaden out and give you coverage on other games that you guys are interested in. If you want to see more Marvel Spider-Man 2 news in particular, be sure to click this video card right here and just go through. I have a ton of videos that I've been putting out very recently. You can also check out my different community posts. We've been doing polls when it comes to upcoming games, and I'd love for you guys to participate and hop in the comments. Thank you so much for watching another video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.